Mm.
So Freaky Friday, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm Lorraine. That's
Hello.
Raphael.
Here I am.
Yeah. So we were just talking about the energy we feel and how sometimes that being around a lot of people, it can accumulate that energy where you just can't kind of release things. There's easy ways to release it. It's just a matter of, I don't know, let's talk about it.
Yeah. So true. Like there are like it is easier than we tell ourselves, and it's just like it's remembering to actually take action in doing it. Like today, I went for a little bit of a walk, and I'm like, oh, that feels good. That feels so much better. My body didn't feel as like congested and everything. And it's nice because it's windy, so the wind helps a lot too.
Yeah, yeah, the wind really helps clear things out if
Hmm.
it's not too strong of a wind, for sure.
Exactly. Don't you love
Yeah.
it when like when you're walking and it's really windy and it's like it catches your breath and you're like
Yeah. Yeah. And you wonder how dogs
too
stick
much
their heads
hair.
out the window while you're driving.
Oh, I know. I know.
Oh, I love it. So, there's tools. We use tools, and, meditation, incense, sage, things like that to help clear the space. Mainly crystals. We were just talking about that. Yeah, tell me what you were saying off
Yeah,
camera.
I just pulled my board out that I was showing my sister earlier, and I have not cleansed my crystals like for quite a while, like in a really good way. I don't know. Let's see if I can tip it. I need to get a better system here. Whee! Nope, that's not
You
still
do better
working.
than me. I can't even do that. That's good. Yeah.
There we go.
So, so let's talk a little about, how does it feel? How do you know when your crystals need cleansing?
Um, well, I think everybody's different. Like for myself, I really pick up on the energy that is surrounding, and like I pick it up within my body. So my body will feel tight, agitated, stressed out, and just like really uncomfortable. And so and that icky kind of I need to go jump in the shower feeling,
Hmm.
if that resonates.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just curious because, for me, often it's just they just don't seem to work. Like it's not having the same effect when I would go to the crystal and be like, oh, I really want this to help me, feel more heart centered and motivated and clear with what I want to feel. That's what I love about this green
Mm-hmm.
fluorite. But then there's times where it's like it doesn't seem to work. So for me, that's another way that maybe the energy we're picking up on, that lack of energy, that because we've used them. So they need to be
Mm-hmm.
reset,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. And yeah, like they'll feel like I've noticed also with crystals. Um, hi. Yeah, with crystals that they will actually like you'll pick them up and they feel heavy and dense also. And so it's like, oh, the energy is heavy. They need to be, cleared and all that. There's so many different ways. A lot of people say, oh, they're not as shiny.
Yeah. Yeah, shiny.
Shiny.
They're clean. But yeah, sometimes just picking it up, especially if they're crystals that you play with a lot and you hold them a lot, you'd be able to tell the difference after a while, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you clear your crystals, Lorraine?
My favorite way is to use sound. So I have a big crystal singing bowl and I'll use that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that that vibration is just resetting all of the crystals in the vicinity because with all the crystals that I have out, there's no way you can go to each and every one and do a little thing, one out of, 1,000. So
1 month later. Now still
yeah,
busy,
right.
still
Oh,
working.
I missed the full moon. I worked through the full moon into the new moon and the other moon. Yeah. So that's my favorite way. I'm all about easy peasy, right? So that's one way I do it. What about you?
I do that too. Like I'll have like my singing bowl, and I'll just and just energetically like say, please, clear not only my crystals but like my home and all that. So sound does go a long, long way. Um,
Hmm.
I think because of the vibration and just like it's energetically lifting.
Absolutely.
I use sage in my home, also for all my crystals, and I'll just set the intention of, may this reach everything that needs to be cleared. And same to go with incense. But with my crystals that I do readings with, I like to actually, which I need to do again, is I get a salt dish
Hmm.
and I just place them in the salt dish, and maybe with a little bit of essential oils. Just I kind of make my own concoction of energetically what I feel that it needs, and also to regenerate them with like I'll put some rose essential oil or something along those lines to fill them up
Mm,
with love. Like so, a lot of it's intention and just tuning in
absolutely.
to what would feel good for myself also and for my clients.
Yeah. Well, I love that because just the act of thinking about it as you're charging that with energy right away, the item you're using, the rose essential oil, the reason you're using it, your intention, like that's a magic ingredient. And then there's so many other things that are part of it. I love that. It becomes a ritual in the, I don't know, the most personal and magical way because you're doing it in the moment when you need it, what you're intuitively picking up on. So it's not the same all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know people probably think, "Oh, where's that list of stuff that I need to do to cleanse again?" And they get into their head about there has to be a specific way where no, the
And
best way is yeah,
exactly, I always believe that. Like, and like when we're blah blah blah.
I agree. I was just
Okay.
thinking that.
I don't know what was trying to come out of my mouth. I was possessed for a second.
Ah,
Oh dear. What was I saying? Oh, like when I work with people and everything, it's like you need to find like these are just ideas, these are just energies, something that you can maybe build on. But if it's actually going to really work, you have to find something that your body and your mind and your spirit really tunes into. So you have to make it your own.
absolutely. Yeah. And I think learning basic skills is good, but I think the real PhD comes from playing, just
Mm-hmm.
playing with it, making it fun, just being an experiment, being like a teenager or a preteen where it's just like all this fun stuff that you can do and play at. That's another magic ingredient into it is making it fun for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Putting
funny.
better energy. You're feeling, and you said something earlier. It's like it's flowing through you in that moment. You're cleansing everything too. I love that. I love
Mm-hmm.
the smell of sage, especially if that's what you're using. And I don't use that enough. I kind of worry with the bird and stuff. So, but yeah, it's that in itself is a way to clear your whole space. Everything feels better, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I do feel like yes, like I guess I'm uber lazy lately. But so I do that, right? I set the intention for my sage to go everywhere or my incense, and touch everything that needs to be cleansed and people and just whatever. But I do notice a really, really big difference when you set your energy and your attention on just one object at a time. Because it
Hmm.
does it amplifies it, right? So you're more focused, you're more, so like when I do a really good focus of my home and all the corners and different things, it feels so much more, you can just feel it, the energetic vibration of it.
More harmonious, I would think. More
Yeah.
singular than
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's just it's like really, you have, a statue over here or some kind of beautiful whatever and this and that. So, you can use a room spray, okay, this is going to clear everything or clean everything and make it sparkly. But when you actually take that cloth and I'm going to really focus on this, and then, it gets illuminated even more because you're actually putting all your attention and doing the work. I don't know
Mm.
what came to me. So
Magical housekeeping. That to me sounds a lot better than the mundane house chores. I might have to try that. I might have to invoke that little
I guess.
spell. I
Yes.
need the motivation spell first. Doodle-doodle-doo.
Yeah, what is that? Is that wine?
To a point. Then it becomes, oh, that cushion looks really comfy.
Let me go
Uh,
see if I can cleanse that.
no problem.
Yeah.
But I want to build on what you were saying about that too, and come back to the crystals you use on your board when you do your lithomancy. Is when I would do grids, same thing. I'd focus on each individual crystal because there wasn't a lot of crystals in the grid. And there's something about building the energy, like programming those crystals for a specific purpose. A
Mhm.
grid can be something different each time, but with your crystals, generally, they're meant to be for divination, for bringing inspiration. So those crystals, you seem to use the same ones for
Yeah.
your reading. So to me, that builds up that purpose of them, right?
Mhm. Mhm. And yeah, so these, yeah, like they are, not for one single use. They are energetically whatever people connect with, and I feel like they connect to energetically, like this higher self of the person I'm doing a reading with, or their energetic souls, or their guides. It's different all the time, and just because one crystal is one thing, it doesn't mean that it's going to be another thing for another person because it's more messages that I receive, right? Like oracle or tarot. So same idea with the crystals. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. But they're always, you use those crystals. Those are the ones you use
yeah,
for your readings. And that has a certain energy to it because they're not just laying around the house and you gather them up, which, that's okay to do that too. I'm not saying that's wrong. But to me, this means the crystals have that energy of quickness when you want to use them in a reading.
yeah,
You're already quite connected to them anyways. So
yeah.
I love it.
How do
I
they
love
feel
that.
energetically to you?
They feel like they're a community is what comes up. Funny
The
enough.
city.
Yeah, yeah. I built this city.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm
Built this
with
city on
stones
rocks.
and stones. Yeah,
Rocks and stones, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they have an energy of working well together. Um, that's what
They
I pick
do.
up on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do they feel heavy, or do they? What do you feel? Do they need to be cleared?
They don't feel heavy to me, but I'd never say no to a nice crystal bath.
I know. Yeah.
But best because you work with them all the time. I'm just looking at them over TV here. So even tuning into the energy of them though, yeah, they could use a little sparkle.
Yeah. Yeah. Sparkle's always good.
Yeah, never. I mean, you could sparkle every day, right?
That's
Or
nice.
cleanse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you cleanse them to a certain point or every time after you've done a reading,
I do.
right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
there's that. It's not like you don't. And then the energy can really kind of stick and get mucky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So I just did a really quick little energetic cleanse.
Ah, that's better. Did you polish each one individually?
No. No.
Because they look, yeah, they,
Told
they
everybody
look
to jump into the
shiny
pool.
again. What's that?
I told everybody to jump into the pool.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they feel good. They feel happy. Like,
Yeah.
yay, she's paying attention to me.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, so energy, I mean, just in the focus of doing something and having that intention really makes a difference on the energy we're needing to clear, right? When we were just talking about that heaviness, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think we're all just energy, right? This world's made up of energy, and it's so we are energetically connected to everything that's around us too, right? So when you do your house cleansing, or if you do activates, clearing and cleansing and whatever, healing, your body picks up on it. It's working
Mm-hmm.
through you, right? You're putting this intention on, I'm doing this, but I'm like, okay, my focus is on clearing any negativity, uplifting, love. But that energy, as I'm doing it, is also running through me. And so you're doing yourself every single time you do, you know, anything else.
Yeah, and having that awareness, having trusting that makes a big difference. There are some people they just they're like, oh, I got to do this, and they're not in that center. I've said this before, but our hands and our arms, they're an extension of our heart, right? That energy center. So whenever we do use our hands for anything, it comes through our heart. Good, bad, or ugly.
Mm,
It's how you perceive things.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do like
Yeah,
that.
so I have some oracle cards here because why not? We'd be crazy not to have oracle cards, right? I
Mm-hmm.
I, I grabbed the Ganesh deck. I haven't played with the Ganesh deck for a while, and I even brought my After Tarot, which is I'm still getting to the know the deck. It's the After Tarot. It's basically the basic tarot, but just a moment or some time after the original card. Yeah,
Well, you showed me that deck before. I really like that.
yeah. Yeah, but I'm also trying to read it. So I'll be practicing. That's what it's all about. I have this big huge bee out the window trying to look in at me. How
Mm.
dare he? It wasn't a bumblebee. It's one of those big, I don't know, stinger like bees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They grow big out here.
Uh,
Need it for all these winds so they can get
mm,
around.
mm-hmm. So
So
are you
yeah, the reason
card for the collective?
Yeah, the reason I was going to use this deck is because I've been feeling energy of like needing a little push in the motivation department to keep the momentum.
Maybe
Not
that's why the bee was looking at you through the window.
maybe. I'll take that as a sign.
Yes.
Um, the card flipped over just as I was emoting that, and childlike expression.
Hmm.
And it's the number 12. So numerologically, 3, which that's my number. I'll take that message. So again, it's about having fun with things and doing things with through the eyes of wonder instead of drudgery. I
Mm.
needed that message. Okay, thank you.
I like that.
Oh my gosh.
So, how does that relay in for people then, for the message completely?
Well, I feel like this is a time where a lot of people, it's springtime here, well, in the northern hemisphere, and we're coming into a weekend. It's a Friday. It's time to just allow yourself to have fun and be relaxed and see things from the perspective of adventure instead of focusing on the worry. To
Mm.
me, this is a great way to focus on raising your vibration. Innocent children, they can see and do so much that we forget how just because we have to, we learn the rules. So I don't know, for here, it's like seeing things without restriction.
I
What do
love
you
that.
think?
Yeah, it's just almost like the energy of like, yeah, like stress is gonna happen. Why not? Like it's just like let go of that stress, let go of that whatever. Like if shit's gonna hit the fan, right? It's gonna hit the fan, and it's just like what? Just take the moments as they come, and just kind of have a little bit more trust, and you know, that things are just, things will work out. So childlike, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I'm kind of adding to that with that things work out is kids always think and trust that things work out.
Yeah.
Right? That is definitely childlike, that
Yeah.
innocence of, it's just going to work out.
Yeah, well,
So,
I think we're trained, society trains us to, always think of like, oh, consequences or this, and you always kind of feel like and because we have to, right? And especially when you're a parent, you have to think of, that, oh, if this happens or if I do this, the consequences, this. Whereas if it's just like, children, they don't really think about those consequences as much, right? And it's just like, I feel that we're safe enough.
whoops. Oh, you're back. Hopefully. Oh, did we lose the sound? That happened last time. Yeah, we lost the sound. You'll have to come back. I don't hear you. No. Darn it. She'll be back. But yeah, I totally understand what she was saying. So the card that I picked up as we're waiting for Raph to come back is High Priestess. So yeah, this to me really feels like, oh, let her come back on board. So I just thought I would keep going and pull a card. Hopefully I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. Yay. Um, yeah. So the High Priestess is the card to go with this childlike expression that just came up. Um, to me, it feels like, especially in this after tarot, she's relaxed a little bit more and not so rigid with how things have to be. She's more in flow with um, her what she wants to accomplish and how she wants to feel. It's more about how she wants to feel than what she wants to accomplish, is what comes out.
Mm, I like that.
Mm.
Or that she already knows that she's accomplished so much. And so she is living and comfortably within her body, mind, spirit, and soul.
I love that. Yeah. Because she trusts, just like when, we have that childlike expression, that trust that everything works out. Yeah, because the original one, she is holding everything up with the little thing. So here she's just kind of like, oh yeah, it's all gonna work out. I can relax.
Mm. I really like that deck. I think I might have to get it.
Well, when I see you next, we'll play with it a bit and you can see what you think of it.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Good.
So, what about you? Do you want to throw some stones for the collective, or
Yeah.
do you have a deck? What would you like to
I have.
share your magic?
All right. I'll cast some crystals.
Yep,
Susie, that's
she
just,
agrees.
yeah. The universal message. And as I was shuffling them, it was almost like it's paying attention to your surroundings. And so like, and I was seeing like newspaper clippings and or just different things. So newspaper headlines, so on and so forth. And so um energetically, what I kind of pick up from that is be aware of your surroundings and the news and the things that are happening around you, and find this fun stuff and kind of tap into that a little bit. And so to be a part of maybe stepping more into the collective energy instead of kind of like this. So it's like, oh, this is happening, I'm stepping into it.
Okay.
I don't know, but it was
I
just
think
like
you're
something about
speaking to all us introverts out there.
I might
Going,
be.
get out of your shell.
Yeah, yeah, or it's just like, or there's something big going on in the news that might be happening soon. So be aware of it. I don't know.
Okay.
I was just That was just a quick little flash that went through my brain.
Mm.
All
Wouldn't it
right,
be great if it was good news? But does that ever happen?
good news. I think so. Yeah,
Well, and how you look at it too, I guess,
it's
depending.
it's a long weekend. Maybe there's some fun stuff going on that we need to maybe be a part of.
Yeah. Some
Right?
community events of funness. Yeah.
I know. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? All right, so let's see. I'm going to kind of go play
Look
around
at the board.
S here. Can you kind of see?
Yep.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I'm going to read this one first. Abundance. And so the energy of abundance is, I'm just going to do a really short, kind of quick. So this is soul self abundance. And it's just like you have more abundance than you actually know. And so it's about maybe treating yourself, going out and buying something, maybe, May long weekend, go out to the garden store, pick up things. So it's like energetically it's saying it's okay to spend a little bit of money for the energy of self-care and fun and creating energy for your surroundings.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's that,
Permission to spend.
yeah, like, within your means and everything, but it almost feels like it would be, it's a nice idea to get out there and just go buy a couple little things that will help your surroundings, especially it being a long weekend, right?
Hmm.
Um, okay. And this one here is kind of speaking to me about there's been a lot of heavy energy that has been kind of built up throughout winter and all that. Things have kind of accumulated and it's almost like at a standstill. And so I feel like there's going to be a big like energy of releasing. Like I'm just seeing like energies of steam, like of thought form and so on and so forth, being able to be released. And I'm going to read the create part, and I feel like it has something to do with this one. So, like, if I said, like, oh, you're going out to the garden store and you're picking up things, and as you're working at creating, you're also going to be releasing. So, it's a little bit of a cycle going on there. Um,
Interesting.
yeah. So, I feel like this weekend's going to be a lot of time for inner thought, inner creativity, all that kind of stuff. So these two definitely go together here. And then this one is energetically, the time has really come for people to really, I feel like they're, as a collective, people have really started to be aware of their inner being and spiritual beliefs and self-care, self-love. And I feel like there has been a really big shift energetically for people to really tap into that, and it feels like it's actually become solidified of that self-love and hey, yeah, I am worth it. And because it's almost right here in the dab center too, and it's bringing that energetically in more. And so that it feels like that trigger is just going to be really good. So a lot of work as a collective that people have been doing. um this one has a double-edged sword here. And
Uh-oh.
it's on romance and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like it's either telling you to soften up with your uh, what is the word I'm looking for? To soften up with the energy of, well, they're not doing this and this and this, and like I expected this, and it's like just soften and just appreciate who you're around, your surroundings, even with yourself. Like, don't be too critical. And so, which is really, really good. Or it is you are becoming more relaxed, more just kind of easygoing, and just more filled with love, looking through, the world with, lovey-dovey eyes, and everything just feels good. And so that creates a really good comfort within self, home, relationship, family dynamics, all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
message.
yeah. There is something coming up. So,
Okay, I was going to ask about that one.
yeah, no, I'm seeing the newspaper clipping again with this. And so I feel like there's going to be a lot of news coming at you. So it might not be, necessarily through the news or anything like that, but it could be personal news. So you're going to be receiving news.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So everybody who's listening to this, and please come back in the comments and let us know,
Mhm.
so Raphael can get some um, some validation on that one there, because
Yeah,
it's a
I know.
collective reading. So that's cool. I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah, so it was pretty sporadic because it was like a collective, but there's a lot of that kind of stuff. And yeah, yeah, a lot of mental stuff. And it's allow some softness and calmness to come in, possibly.
Mm, that's good. That's a good message. I think everybody needs that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
pull a quick card as
And
clarifier.
okay.
So transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine.
Well, there you go. Bringing it all together.
Yeah,
Sweet. That was awesome.
short and sweet,
Well,
a little bit long.
eh, no, it was good. It was good. So, let us know what you thought of this video. Be sure to comment, and yeah, we will see you next Friday. Right,
Sounds good.
Ralph?
Definitely. Yep. Have
All
a good
right.
long weekend.
Oh, here, I forgot to add myself back to the fray here. Oh, now I did it again. There we go. There, we're back. There. Hi, I'm here. I'm on camera. But yeah, that was really awesome. I enjoyed it. So take care, everybody, and have a super long weekend.